Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of live content review using technical analysis. So the flow for today will be the same as per usual. First, I'll go through the economic calendar to get a sensing of what's the events coming up for the US in the US this week. Then afterwards, I'll go through the indices and commodities. Then afterwards, followed by some of the sectors like the FAANGM, US Bank, Semicons, and EVs. And last but not least will be the counters that you have dropped in the Q&A tab. Yeah, so this week another busy week ahead, a lot of events. Looking at tonight, probably nothing too much. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow there's PPI data coming out at 9:30 p.m. Afterwards, some Fed speaks along the way. Wednesday there's also the Energy Authority monthly report 5 p.m. Then also the important one is the CPI data that's at Wednesday 9:30 p.m. Afterwards, there's also some Fed members speaking along the way. Crude oil inventories as usual 11:30 p.m. And going on to Thursday, we have jobless claims as per usual 9:30 p.m. Afterwards, there's also I think the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index also at 9:30. And also at 9:30, there's also retail sales. So Thursday, another day with a lot of data coming out. Afterwards, Friday, there's also Fed speaks. Then also building permits and housing starts data at 9:30 p.m. Then industrial production at 10:15 p.m. Yeah, then I think this week there's also a lot of those earnings coming out from the financial sector as well. Yeah, so quite an eventful week ahead. Then okay, that's it for the calendar. I'll move on to the indices commodities. First up, I'll talk about is Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin, I think today we could be seeing a bit of a breakdown that's taking place. I think currently it's down 4% for the day. Yeah, so this 92K level, right, is a very key support level that has been tested a lot of times like previously. And then I think last week's price action wasn't so good because we started off the week last Monday was here at 99.5K. This was resistance, I thought. Then there was a over here there was a false how to say a false break over here. Then afterwards I think afterwards it led to this bearish price action over here as well. Overall, looking at the big picture, it hasn't moved. It has been quite sideways. I would think this is a possible head and shoulders pattern over here with the neckline at 92K. Then we have this left shoulder, this head and the right shoulder taking place over here. So personally for me, I would think that Bitcoin could have some downside ahead. Yeah, below 92K. I'm looking at probably this week could test this next support level downwards. This is about 86.7K over here. Yeah, the next level will be around 80K over here. So over here below this 87K, there's quite not much support over here because previously over here I think was after the election, then it rose quite fast as well. So I think better support will be a bit lower than that, maybe 80K, then followed by around 77K. Yeah, so I think I would expect some downside for Bitcoin looking at in terms of the recent price action for the time being. Yeah, then next one is Dow Jones. So for Dow Jones, last week also had a bearish close. So last week it closed below this consolidation area over here, below the support around 42.3K on Friday. Now, so looking at that, I would expect this Dow Jones to actually pull back further this week. I think next support area we could be looking at is around this area. So this is around 41.2 to 41.7K area. Yeah, so 41.7 was this swing low, then 41.2 was this previous consolidation. This quite a strong resistance previously from July to September last year. So I think if the index drops further from the breakdown last Friday, we could be seeing it come to this area for some support. Yeah, so I'm expecting some further pullback as well. And for Nasdaq, also quite similar with all the indices actually. So Nasdaq I would think, is in this descending triangle formation. Key neckline support is 19.1K, but lower highs with this trend line. So I think we could be seeing a breakdown of this today. I think we could see the next test, the next support level, which is this swing low close to about 18.7K. This is the next support level. Then we have this price gap over here as well. After that, created after the election. So this will be the below 18.7, next support level will be around 18.3K for Nasdaq. So I think these are two levels that to take note where the pullback could hit in the coming days or weeks. Yeah, if there's continued weakness. Then for S&P, S&P also similar to Nasdaq, descending triangle consolidation. So once this key support at 5830 is being breached, I think we could expect some lower levels. Next support level will be, I think this area be around like the 5685 to 5780 area over here. So I think we could see some further pullback going ahead. Then next one is for gold. I think gold is still looking quite positive for now. So last week there was a breakout of this consolidation area, this resistance level at 2665. So I think with that, I would expect some further bounce ahead for gold to try and retest this key resistance around 2,710. Then perhaps you could see some pullback afterwards. So I think generally, if you look at November till now, it's quite a consolidation, still holding resistance at this 2710. But overall, some positive signs recently with the higher lows. So I will still expect a little bit of possible upside to test this resistance for gold. Then next one is oil. Oil has just went up quite a lot, especially in the last Friday and today. So this continue on the momentum after breaking out the range resistance around 72. Then also managed to break above this trendline resistance in blue line over here. So it's currently retesting this swing high around 78.4. I think over here 78.4 to this next swing high around 80.1. This area could experience some resistance. So I'm expecting some resistance around this area where it could do a bit of sideways or pullback. Yeah. Then short-term support, if it does come down a lot, then I think this trend line, which we broke out from around 75.5, could act as a support level for oil. Then next one is the VIX. For VIX, I think today we are seeing a bit. Last week the resistance was holding around 19.3, but today is opening with a gap up over here. So I think we could expect some upside for VIX. Next resistance level, it could go towards this 23 level, which was this horizontal level since September last year. Then after 23, the next key resistance, I think, will be this swing high around 28. Yeah, so I think these are two levels to take note for the VIX where possible resistance if it does go up to these levels soon. Then last but not least is the copper. So I think copper for now just range trading. Doing a retest of this swing high resistance 4.33. I expect some sideways consolidation, but if it does hold above like 4.22 over here, this level, then maybe we'll expect some upside towards like 4.48, 4.5 area. Yeah, so that's it for the indices and commodities. I'll move on to the FAANGM stocks. So first one I start with is Meta. Okay, so Meta, looking at the price action last week, it was generally still in a consolidation. So I think we still looking okay as compared to some of the other tech names. So last week we saw this resistance at 607, still holding as support. So it basically just traded sideways, but resistance still coming in at around 630. So I think for this week, we could still see maybe some sideways kind of price action. I think just maybe some consolidation. But if we do see I think if we see around 600 to around 600 level being breached, then I think we could expect some downside to test like 580s over here again. So I think overall the structure is just in a range. But for now, price action is still okay because still holding above resistance. Yeah, that's for Meta. Then next one is Amazon. Okay, for Amazon, I think still looking okay, still a bit stronger than some of the other counters because just holding it out in a range consolidation, just mainly trading between like 217 to 228 still. But we must see like a bounce to take place from the current support area level because this 216 swing high over here should act as support. If it does break down, then maybe we see some further pullback towards the next support level around 207 over here. Yeah, which is quite confirmed with this trendline support over here as well. So that's for Amazon. I think currently, as if we do see support coming around 216, we'll still likely consolidate in the range. But if it does break down, then we'll expect some further pullback towards 207. Yeah, that's for Amazon. I think Apple, one of the weaker ones recently with a breakdown. So last week, this support level was unable to hold really at 241, and Friday we had a gap down. Yeah. And currently is testing this previous resistance area. So previously some of the previous resistance levels in the past were around 233 as well as the 237, this area. So I think we could expect a bit of a bounce to take place from these levels temporarily. Yeah, given that it's a previous resistance. But we expect, for now, this will probably still continue the downtrend for now, where just facing resistance about 240 for now. Yeah. Then below 233, next support level will be around like 228, 229, which was this ascending triangle consolidation previously, before the rally over here. Yeah, so these are some levels for Apple. The next one is for Netflix. Yeah, Netflix is just seeing a breakdown on Friday. So breakdown of this range between like 867 to 930s. So I will expect some further downside going ahead. I think next support level will probably come from over here around 810 would be the next support level. Then afterwards will be closer to about 770. So these are some levels that price could see going forward. But with a fresh like breakdown of this range, I would expect some selling momentum for now first until some confirmation candles start to come in where there could be a bounce. The next one is Alphabet. So for Google, I think overall still holding okay for now. But last week we saw a double top of this 201, then just consolidating still in a bit of a possible ascending triangle, higher lows along the way. So I think for this week we must see today it must hold at this support. If not, we could see some weakness ahead. Yeah, if it does break down like 190 over here, I think it's possible we see the price retest lower support levels like between 182 to 185 over here, which was like prior resistance and turned into a swing low support in December last year. Yeah, so for Alphabet needs to hold at this support level. If not, we see further weakness. Then last but not least is Microsoft. As for Microsoft, I think it's also at this key level here already. So I think, yeah, it's actually there's some, I think before that there's already some bearish signs where it couldn't hold like 438 over here, then just went down, then still continue on the bearish trend, lower highs, lower lows. Then currently is I think this will be the last line of defense over here, this trend line over here. And then last Friday also tested this 414 swing low. So I think this week we do see a breakdown 414 again. I will expect a breakdown over here towards next support level about closer to 408. Then about next level will be like around closer to 400 about it. Yeah, so still looking a bit weak now for Microsoft. In general, for the FAANGM stocks, I think there's a bit of some are looking a bit weaker than the rest, and some are just holding on. Yeah, so I think there's a bit of divergence currently among the different names there. The next sector I'll talk about is the financials. So it's look at the XLF, which is this SPDR financial sector fund. So I think just a lot of the financial names will be reporting earnings this week, so that will probably impact the stock price more than the charts itself. So looking at the chart last week, still looking at just weakness. So just continuing in the range, but below this resistance level at 49. And Friday did a retest of the support at 47. I think for now, if it does open and gap down, I think we could see some continuation momentum downwards to probably fill this gap over here. So this was the election gap up over here on 6th November. So I think next support level you could test is this 40, around closer to 46.5. Next support level. Then the next one downwards is probably closer to about 45.5. So I think these are two levels in the near term. So still looking a bit weak for now. I think we could see some downside for now for the financials ETF. Okay, then I'll move on to the four banks. So for JP Morgan, I think last week just consolidating sideways still, but I think if we see a breakdown of like 239, this level over here, I think we might see it test like lower levels, which is the next support level already closer to about 235. Yeah, then it might do a retest over there. Also, there's earnings coming on this week as well. So just a bit of range consolidation for now still for JPM. Next one is Bank of America. So for Bank of America, I think last week was did a retest of this previous support level, which had a breakdown in mid-December. So this was at around 46. Also 46 over here, there was a previous support tend to resistance. So I will expect a bit of a pullback to take place over here now, start this week. Yeah, to retest this area over here again, which is around $44. Yeah, so I think possible a bit of slight pullback. Yeah, the next one is Wells Fargo. So for Wells Fargo, I think last week also still finding resistance above this range level of 72 over here, then had a pullback. So I think for now just still in a bit of a range with the support still around 69 over here. It might just consolidate a while more. Also like earnings coming out. The next one, last but not least, is Citigroup. Citigroup last week still not very nice as well. Just this range resistance still holding above 73. So just try to break up, but couldn't hold over there. Then came back down to fill this gap. So I think for now we might see the price just consolidate still with support still around this $70, 71, this area over here. Yeah, there also earnings coming out. So yeah, let's see how it goes for the charts after the respective earnings come out for this week. Okay, then next I talk about is the semicons. So first I look at the Philadelphia Semicon Index. Yeah, so for this index, last month it just still consolidating the range. So the still cannot get above this key resistance around 5,400. So last Monday it was here with a gap up, then afterwards it was sell off throughout the week. I think currently we might revert to this support again, the range support, which is around 4,840, 4,850 area. Then let's see whether it can hold for a bounce again. Yeah, so I think my overall still looks like a bit of a range consolidation over here. As long as for this support level still hold, then should be okay. Unless there's a breakdown, then we might see lower levels like 4,700 or 4,000, close to 4,500. But for now, just still some range consolidation for the index. Then next counter is NVIDIA. I'll start with NVIDIA. So for NVIDIA, there's just a few quite not very good price action because last week on the bullish momentum at the start of the week, did a retest of this 153 swing high resistance. Afterward, just sell off, breaking a few support levels along the way where it couldn't hold. Firstly, this 144 level. Then secondly, this is an important level. I think showed some weakness, which is at 139. So because when you look at this area over here, it just did a consolidation over here. Then it went upwards, but on the way down, it couldn't hold. So this is a sign of quite a weakness in the near term, I feel. Yeah, so I think this will be quite a key resistance around 140 in the near term. So currently there's a gap down, I think 131-ish about there. Yeah, so I think for now we could see maybe some possible retest of this support level over here, which is this 128 to 129 level again. So that we see, I think price could still hold over here if over here, since it's like I think third time they retest this level over here. So if this holds, then I think we're still in a bit of range, generally between 128 to 140. But if there's a breakdown below, then we could expect some lower levels to come, like towards next support level is around 120 over here for Nvidia. Then if you're looking at a possible lower levels, then this trend line might be a good support as well in blue. So which has proved to be quite a good support in the past. So this is around 120 as well for Nvidia. Then next one I'll talk about is AMD. AMD just quite a bit of weakness taking place. So I think I'm thinking is just trading in this downtrend channel over here. So yeah, just facing resistance around 130, this swing high resistance, and came just very strong selling momentum with the increase in volume taking place over the days, and just having like these gaps over here. So very strong selling momentum, and also breaching below this 118 swing low. So I would think that you could see a further pullback still to actually retest this channel support. So I think currently it's about 109, 110 level over here. And when I look back in the past, this level at 110, I think was a previous resistance as well. 111 over here. This was September to October 2023. So I think, this could be the next lower low level that it could possibly test for AMD given its current momentum. And next one I'll talk about is TSM. TSM, I think, a bit interesting. I think so. Last week there was a gap up, then but after it faded quite fast over here, did a retest of this strong resistance over here at 205. It held on Friday over here, but then today is opening a gap down. So I think is possibly like if this holds, it's possibly a false breakout over here. I will expect some lower movement, some possible downside to test like lower support levels. Like the next one is around 197. Then also a stronger support level here is closer to 192, 193. So for TSM, I think, with this, if it does open around this level, then I think we could see some further downside hit. But also earnings coming out this week. I think it was Thursday, if I'm not wrong. So let's see how it goes out at the end of the week as well. Then next one I'll talk about is ASML. So ASML, I think, looking in terms of last week, still a bit stronger than some of the other names. So I think the key to watch out for ASML is whether this area is close to 720, whether it's able to hold as a support. So previously this was a resistance and resistance, and over here there was a gap. So currently it's looks like it's could open around here. So I think it's important to see whether the bullish candle can come in to show some support at this level around 750 to fill this price gap. Then if it does, then we might see a bit of range consolidation just sideways between here to around 770. If not, if 750 doesn't hold, it might just go back lower to like 695, this kind of level again. So that's for ASML. Okay, the next one is Marvell. For Marvell, I think just a bit of a sideways still, but with a bit of a weakness at the end of the week because this was the swing high resistance. It tried to break above 116. Then the price action over here, it did a bit of a slight bounce, but Friday there was this bearish candle that came in again. Then I think with that we could see some slight continuation in terms of the pullback to actually retest this swing low around 110 possibly over here, the next support level, then followed by if it doesn't hold, then will be this range support level at 105, 106 again. So overall, I think it just still continuing on in this range between 105 to 125 for Marvell. Okay, the next counter is Micron. So for Micron, I think Micron, I think we could still see a bit of a downside because for now, with this kind of momentum, it went up towards this previous support level. So previously, they did a very long consolidation over here. The support was around 100 over here. Then price went up, but then we saw a very huge fast reversal that took place. So I think I will expect this support to act as a support in the past to act as a resistance currently. Then with that, yeah, I think if we do see a breakdown of this $95.50, this opening price of this gap up candle, then I think we could see some further pullback again to fill this possible gap around 90.5 over here. So that's my take for Micron. Then I think I'll talk about another two more, which is Broadcom and Intel. So for Broadcom, I also think some price weakness currently because to me it's a consolidation wedge, but there's a breakdown recently. Yeah, and also looking at the price action, over here, did a consolidation, but afterwards on Tuesday, we just see there's a breakdown below the 230 level, just continue lower low. So I will expect continuation of this bearish momentum to test like the next lower support levels like 218, then 210 over here, these levels. So I think, yeah, then it might just do a bit of a sideways consolidation at the lows over here. Then next one talk about is Intel. Yeah, for Intel also just came back, just consolidation over here, still finding resistance 20.6, came back to test a swing low support again. So let's see whether this level is still able to hold. I think it's the fourth time if we're testing this price, which is around 18.8. Yeah, so possible support to still come in, but if it does see a breakdown there, we could see some further weakness again. Given that given that over here, since the downturn, it only bounced to a very low level, very low rebound over here, and just consolidate, and we could see some further weakness ahead. It doesn't hold. Yeah, let me try to see whether there's what's a possible support level downwards if it does break down. Yeah, so I think next possible support will maybe come around like 18.3, then next one is maybe closer to about 17.7, some of the levels in the past. Yeah, that's for Intel, just my best guess. Okay, then next one, next sector, I'll talk about before going through the counters in the Q&A is EV. So I think Tesla also looking for now is looking like I think it's a possible last line of defense for the support for now also. So look quite bearish price again because this we can see a continuation of this bearish trend over here that formed since the peak. So this 420 level support still acting as resistance last Monday, pulled back. Then Friday finding some support from this swing low around this is around 378 over here. Then also from this trend line support also. So I think if price wants to be still finding support, it needs to hold this level over here. Then for some bounce, but I think at most for now, we will just do a bit of a sideways consolidation with resistance still at 420. But if this gives way, the lows of Friday give way around 377, then I will expect some further pullback given this current trend to retest the previous range, this consolidation area over here around 358. So I think over here 350 to 360 will be the next support level that it could possibly test the breakdown of Friday lows. Yeah. Then I'll talk about some of the other EV names, Xpeng. For Xpeng, for now, I think just still consolidation, still holding the key support 11.5, but possible lower low over here. We look at some of the spikes in the past. Possible lower low if we cannot get past this 12.9 level. So I think for now, we'll still just think maybe just some sideways kind of price action. The key is to see whether around this 11.5 area will still be able to hold as support or not. If it can't, then the next key support level will be around like 10.5 about there. Yeah. Okay, the next one is new. For new, I think a bit of a weakness as compared to Xpeng. Looks like looks like there could be a breakdown of this range over here below like 4.3 on Friday. So I think if this continues, I think we could see some further weakness ahead to test some lower levels like 3.9 and 3.7 next, for new. The last counter I'll talk about is Rivian. So Rivian, I think, yeah, just still finding still finding resistance around this previous support level, 16.4 about there. Then you can see some weakness because of breakdown of this like $15 resistance level couldn't hold as support. So a bit of further pullback. For now, I would think maybe some support could come in from this like area around like 13.3, 30.4 over here. It does respect this channel. And also there's also this range support level at around 12.9. So over here you might see some support, but I would think this will be I will expect a lower high to come already because it just breaks the structure over here where this resistance couldn't hold as support. So likely resistance will be around 15 for now, yeah, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's it for the different sectors. I'll talk about the Q&A. What you have put in the Q&A. Yeah, so let me start. Hi Sharon. Yeah, your question is support and resistance for Tesla, MicroStrategy, and VKTX. Okay, I'll do a quick one for Tesla. Some of the levels support for now. Okay, one level is this to note is the Friday lows around 378. Next one is the previous ascending triangle resistance around 360. Yeah, then going further down, I would think maybe be this a bit of a lower consolidation over here around 345. As for resistance, I think for now, if I take out the moving average, for now, probably the 10-day moving average around 410. Then next one is around 420, then 428. Yeah, next, yeah, that's for Tesla. Then next one, MicroStrategy. Yeah, for MSTR, I'm think looks like some weakness to me. Okay, I'll try to go through the price action first. So this is a blue support line that I try to follow through as a reference over here. So there's a bit of a weakness actually already over here like around 317 this breakdown support. Then it did try to go back up again. Over here, I think this is quite significant because came back down the trend line over here again, where it broke down like 337. So over here, I will expect possible weakness ahead lah. Yeah, given like continue to form lower highs. As we look at the trend over here, just lower highs and lower lows actually along the way. So possible retest of this swing low support over here around 290. So as for support resistance, for now, first level of resistance, I think is around this 336, 337 level. Then next level is probably around 365 and above. 365 then 385. And as for support, probably come close to 290. Then next one might be this close to this gap fill over here around 280. This around 280, then maybe like 267 over here. Yeah, that's for MicroStrategy. Okay, I think there's a question. In the chat just nice since I'm talking about MA. His question is, should we use SMA or EVE? I think it's EMA. And 5-day, 10-day, 20-day, or 100-day. Yeah, so personally for me, I look more at the SMA. So I think because it just plays like more. I think when I look at EMA last time, I think the change is the lines tend to be more skewed. I think maybe just personal preference also. I think the kind of price action respects more towards the SMA. So personally, I look at SMA. Then if you are looking at very short term trends, I think 5, 10, 20 will be some of the things to look at. So a very strong trend, I think, would try to respect just example, if I using MicroStrategy over here, a very strong trend in the past over here when doing this rally, you will notice that price will tend to stick above the 5. Then once there's some weakness, I think then the 10 will be the next level where it tries to deal a bit of a rebound. But once it breaks the 10, I would think that the very strong trend is quite over already. Then we look at like 20 for the next level of support. Yeah, so that's 5, 10, 20. Then for like, if you're looking at in terms of more longer term, then I think I would suggest you look at 50 as well as 100 and 200. Yeah, so that's for in terms of moving average. Hope that answers your question. Then this question is on VKTX. So let me just go through it. which is Viking Therapeutics. Yeah, so for Viking Therapeutics, I think for this still, I think likelihood for now is just a range consolidation, still witness since breakdown 48 key support. Yeah, then currently just consolidating at this previous resistance, also a gap fill around 38. So I think for now, I think this is like a possible bearish flag, given that it's just coming down. Yeah, so for now, resistance I would think might come from if you look at MA recent breakdown also last week was around 41 could be a resistance over here. 41 then as well as 43.50. Yeah, then some of supports for now would be this swing low over here around 38. Further down, if it does break down this range consolidation, some of the lower supports I would think is at this level around 35, then 32 for this Viking Therapeutics. Yeah. Okay, next question. Okay, then there's also another question. What are signs of a strong upwards momentum? So I think if you're looking at strong upward momentum, I think you need to see the short-term moving average definitely be above the long-term one. So like 5, 10, 20, all sloping upwards. Then the shorter term moving average must be higher than the shortest moving average must be higher than the like 5 and 20. So you must be looking at the 5 is higher than the 10, then the 10 is higher than 20. So that will represent a very strong upwards trend going on. Then also another thing is like the candlesticks are just the angle of attack for the stock is like quite steep So it's like you see normally, okay, let me just try to pull out an example. I think it will be easier to explain. Yeah, so yeah, you can see that sometimes, okay, this is like S&P sometimes this like steady uptrend over here is like around 45 degrees. So I think over here is like it's like I would think this is like a normal uptrend, but if it's like a very, very strong uptrend, for example, like over here, like just an example, you will see the angle it climbs over here is very steep. So it's like very high. Then you will notice like price is like above this blue line is a 5-day moving average. It will just be going upwards above it. So that's a very sign of a very strong trend. And then 5 is above the 10, 10 is above the 20. And then over here you can see once the very short moving average 5 and 10 in blue and black. Blue and red start to flatten out, then the very strong trend is starting to slow down. Yeah, so these are just some of the things I look at. Yeah. Okay, I'll move to the next question. Hi BY, your counters are Novo Nordisk, AI, and SMCI. So for Novo Nordisk, I think for now just like still in a bit of a range consolidation. Just yeah, but overall trend, yeah, just in a range consolidation, some support still around this 83 level, this gap down near the lows over here. Then resistance will come from this. Resistance will come from like 87, I think for now. 87 to 89. So I think for now I will still expect some of this range kind of price action to actually continue. Some lower supports will maybe be around 80 next, if it does fill the next gap. Yeah, 80 will be like this previous resistance in the past of this range back in 2023. Yeah, 80 and then 77. Yeah, then next question is on AI, which is C3 AI. Yeah, for C3 AI, I think that there's likely the weakness could continue for now because in terms of price action over here, like this 36 level key support level, it just there was a period of sideways consolidation over here, but we're still finding resistance around the area over here where you can see last week. This swing high at 37.8 still finding resistance. So if you pull back over here, then there was a breakdown below this 34 level as well. I think with that, some weakness currently or some possible support around this 33.1 swing low. But I think overall, we could be likely to see some further weakness here with this kind of bearish trend continuation. So I think I'm looking at if this level at 31, if it can't hold as support, then we might see some lower pullback towards like around this 28, around this 27, 28 area in the past where this was resistance. Yeah. Then next one is on SMCI. Yeah, for SMCI, I think uh SMCI, it's I think also just a bit of a range consolidation, but still weakness as we are still seeing lower high at this 38 level, and then support is coming in around 31. So I think for now, just some consolidation. If it breaks below 31, then I think we might see some bearish continuation towards 25 over here as a next close to 25 as the next support level. Okay. Yeah, then I think there's a follow-up question. Yeah, thanks. For medium term, what should it be? 20, 50, or 100-day SMA? Yeah, for medium term, I think you I think 20 is still a little bit short term. I would think 50 and 100 will be more medium term. Yeah, so there are some possible levels that the stock could bounce on. It does retrace that far. Yeah, for medium term. Then long term is like 200 day if you're looking at very long term. Okay, then the other next question is Teladoc and GameStop. Yeah, so for Teladoc, I think last week just tried to move upwards of this range above like 9.5. Then still retesting this breakdown level around 10.4. Then came back down, then after that just finding support over here again. So I think if it does hold this 9.5 level, it might just do a bit of a range consolidation over here. Between like 9.5 to 10.5. But if it fails to hold, right, then it might come back down to like this 9 level over here again. Yeah, so I think for now, maybe just still a bit of range consolidation perhaps. Then for GameStop, in GameStop, actually still looking quite positive. If you're looking at this stretch, just for now, the state is just range consolidation between like 30.8 to 34.3. Last week had a double top, but overall still higher lows along the way. So I would think if it's holding above like this 29.8 to 30.8 area, then it might just still do a bit of a consolidation. Then if it does break above if it break above the resistance at this 34, 40, then it might have some legs to test like some higher levels like 38 to 40 next. Yeah, so that's for GameStop. Okay, then I'll talk about some of the crypto counters, Mara, Riot, ETBT, BTC, and Hive. So for Mara, for Mara, I think for now looks like some weakness because this level we are seeing still looks like with some resistance. Yeah, so this was a previous resistance 18.5, did a retest bounce and came back down. Although it just undercut a bit lower, but came back up again. But this is like the lower high continuation. So then currently just reverted down again. So I would think that there's quite a chance for price to just retrace further lower to test like next support level over here again, like 15.4, 15.5, this level as the next support. Yeah. Then for Riot, also we're now just finding like a lower high over here, like 12.7. So for now, but still looking a bit better than Mirror just now because this still above this support level of 11. So it might just do a bit of a consolidation if 11 holds. If not, it might test lower levels like 10, this 10 as well as like 9 over here. Okay, then next one is BTPT, Bit Digital. So for Bit Digital, I think we are seeing a bit of a weakness from this previous support at 3.8, 3.9 becoming resistance over here. Then there's a pullback. Okay, so I think we might see still some weakness ahead to test like this level at like 2.9 again. 2.9 is a support level. Then afterwards it's like around 2.5. Yeah, so maybe still a bit of a possible pullback to test support again. Okay, for BTCM bit mining. So for bit mining, I think just still holding on to this key support level, which is around 2.5. So 2.5 previous range resistance, still holding as support multiple times. But I would think there's still some weakness lah, because since the pullback over here, which is like a lower high, a double top lower high, then price has been finding resistance at like around 3, then just consolidation. So if there's a breakdown below this 2.5, there could be some retracement towards lower support levels like 2.1, around there. Yeah. Okay, next one is Hive. So for Hive Digital, I think there's also some weakness for now, as this previous support area, there's turned to a resistance between like 3.4 to 3.7, this area acting as resistance. So a bit of pullback from this level could test this support level again at 2.8. And next support level is around 2.6 also. So could do a bit of a pullback to these lower support levels. Okay, hi, Sichua, your question is on BlackRock. Okay, for BlackRock, um, okay, for BlackRock, I think since last week there's some weakness that's coming in from the breakdown of this upwards trend line support over here. Then also in terms of the structure, it was actually trending quite nice over here. Then afterwards it turned to a sideways consolidation. Then Tuesday there was a breakdown of this 1,000 support level. So I think with that, looks like there's a possible like reversal taking place. Also, Friday it was below this 900, around this support area, like 900, around 960. So if this area can't hold as support, we might be seeing a little bit of further pullback to test like this lower levels like 925 or there over here. And then for now, current resistance I think will be around like 980 over here. Yeah, this area where it did try to do a retest, but afterwards, the selling momentum just continue on. So I think it's a bit of a weakness now for BlackRock. I think there's also I think earnings coming out this week as well. Okay, hi Alan, your corner is Net, Upstart, Elf, and AMAC. Yeah, for Cloudflare, I think for now, it looks like a bit of range consolidation still. Yeah, I think for now it's still holding in the range consolidation, just between 106 to like 118 over here. Yeah, just moving sideways. So I think nothing too much for now. But I think over here in terms of like looking in terms of more details, this level like 112, 113, this level it broke out, it tried to hold above over here. Friday is seeing a little bit of there's some weakness where it didn't close above this this resistance level that has been holding as support. So some slight weakness. I think if this week we see a break below this like lows of Friday like 109.5, then I think we might see price go a little bit lower to test the range support over here again, like 107 again, this level. Yeah, for Cloudflare. But generally just holding in the range still, unless 107 is broken. Then for now, next one is Upstart. So for Upstart, I think just a bit of a weakness for now, but it's retesting this previous this range resistance area at 56. So I'm thinking if there could be some bounce that take place from this area. Yeah, then short-term resistance is around 60, where there's this breakdown over here, 60, then 65. Yeah. Then some support levels down, some lower support levels would be around like 53. Yeah, 53, then 49, around there. The next one is L Beauty. For L Beauty, I think it still looks like a bit of range consolidation still. Level of support still around 120 to 100, 122. Last week, still finding resistance at 132, this level. So I think just very well defined range consolidation for now. I will still expect the range to just continue for the time being. Okay, then for next one is Applied Materials. Yeah, so for Applied Materials, I think it's um overall still continuing on the weakness when we look at this stretch where there's lower high, lower high, lower high over here, then lower low, lower low. Then for now, this level where it broke out from, which is this 168 level, will act as a bit of a support if it does hold at this level. So since this was like a support level, then turn into resistance, then break out over here. So this is a key level, like 168. Over here, there might be some support that comes in, but I would expect resistance above like 174, 175 in the near term. So maybe just a bit of a range consolidation for the time being. Yeah. Okay, next question is RTX, GE, and GE Vernova. So for RTX, RTX I think is doing some range consolidation. For now, yeah. I think there might be like trend line over here. Yeah, so there's also like a downwards resistance line for now. Then support is holding it around 113 to 114, this swing low level as well as this horizontal level. So I think it might be still doing a bit of range, but I think overall still a bit of weakness as long as we're still seeing lower highs. And also this 117 support still acting as resistance. So we just a bit of range consolidation still for now for RTX. Then for GE, for GE, I think also just a bit of a consolidation. I would still expect resistance around the 175 level, which was this swing low support that had a breakdown. Then after that, it just did a range consolidation. But some positive is that we're seeing when price came back to this level at 166 over here, it's a higher low. Afterwards, see whether it can maintain the higher low range over here. If it can, then maybe just some sideways consolidation still. Then afterwards, there could be a possibility of it going back up again. But for now, I think just still some sideways for now. Then for next one is GE Vernova. So GE Vernova, I think for this one, it's to possibly watch out for, because I think last week I think there was also someone mentioned about this also. I looked at it. There's a quite a nice range formation. Then overall the trend is uptrend. So I would think this is just a bullish continuation over here. Then gap up. There's a gap up over here. Then price did a retest of resistance. This was around 350, 355 area. So as long as this resistance still able to hold as support, I'm still quite positive for price to actually continue its bullish trend. Yeah, for GE Vernova. So I think for now, maybe just doing it might do a bit of a consolidation first. For now. Yeah, but as long above like 3, 4, as long price is still above like this 3, 4, 5, then I think it's still bullish trend is still quite intact. Okay, then some of the other counters is Adobe, UnitedHealth, Salesforce, and Phase Energy. Okay, for Adobe, I think still seeing some weakness. So Thursday they were on the support at 415 around there. So for previously, yeah, over here this was like swing low support. Let me just draw some of the lower supports now in the meantime. Yeah, 415 about there. Then Friday big gap down and then yeah. So I think for now still looks like a continuation of the weakness for Adobe. Let me see. And then I think we might see like it going a bit lower to test some levels at 397 there possible around 396, 397 there might be some next support level. Then the stronger one will be around 385, right? Over here quite tested this level quite a bit. So I think that will be the next support. These two 395, 395, 385 would be the next support levels that you could test. Since it's still seeing some weakness. Okay, for Adobe, I think sorry, next one is United Health. For United Health, I'm thinking yeah, just still trending upwards for now. It might be like a bit of a flag over here that's taking place. So for now, yeah, but overall, still for now, still seeing a bit of a. If you look at this very short term, ignoring the sell line, it's just still low, higher lows, higher highs. So I think as long as 513 this level, still holding a support, that should be okay. Which is this horizontal level breakout over here. So still trending a bit higher in near term. But I think some resistance will come in like 540 to 585, this area over here, which produces the breakdown. Yeah. So maybe still a bit of a consolidation over here as it gets close to the resistance area. Then support will be, for now, it's around 519. Yeah, 519, then around 513. Okay, next one is Salesforce. So for Salesforce, I think looks like a continuation of the bearish momentum because since over here there was lower highs, lower lows being formed, breakdown of support at 329. Yeah, so next support level you could test is actually maybe like around 310 was this previous range resistance back in March last year. So that's next support level. Then lower one maybe is around like this is at 300. Yeah, so that's the next. So I'm expecting some a bit of still weakness for now. Then resistance would be around 323 to 330 this area. The next one is Enphase Energy. So for Enphase, I think it's still a range consolidation, still resistance at around close to 77. Then the key support is still at 66 over here. So I think as long as this level still holds, it's still in the range consolidation. Yeah, then this yeah, I think still in the big range consolidation. Unless this breaks down, then next support level is around closer to 60 over here. Okay, hi, Bo, your counter DXYZ FAANGM. For DXYZ is the Destiny Tech 100. So for this, is still, I think for now, it's still range consolidation, but I think there's some weakness with the lower highs being formed over time and multiple tests of support. This key support around 55. So I think if this 55 breaks down, we might be seeing lower levels being tested around like 45, 50 over here for DXYZ. Yeah. So I think there could be a chance of a breakdown over here. Yeah. Given the lower highs and multiple tests of supports. Then next one is FTAI, which is FTAI Aviation. And so for this, I think yeah, looks like a retest of the resistance recently at 177. So I think we could see a bit of a slight pullback in the near term, like to test like 163, 164 this level. And next support level is also at over here around 156, 157. Yeah, so I'm expecting a bit of a slight pullback in the near term for FTAI. In MSTR, I covered just now, so I won't talk about it again. Next counters is TLT, Celsius, Lum Research, ASML. Okay, for TLT, I think, yeah, this is a 20-year plus Treasury yield ETF. I think we are nearing a retest of this support is around like 84.8. So I think this might be a support that could hold the price for a bounce, but overall trend is still quite weak. Resistance will be above like 86.20 to like 87 and above. Yeah, so I think we might see a bounce if it does come up to this support, but probably a lower high for now. And then some lower support levels will be around like 80, around 82.90 over here. Yeah, then as well as this gap over here around 81.20. Yeah, so I think this is a 20 plus year treasury bond ETF. I think it might be useful to look at the 20-year bond yield for now. So for now, it's climbing. It's above. Last week, it's looks like it's holding above this swing high resistance of like 4.97. So I think with that, if it does hold above this level, we might still see the bond yield go up a little bit higher. Next level to look at would be like 5.15 and then like closer to like 5.36, 5.37. Yeah, so this resistance might be like a support for the TLT. The next one is Celsius. Yeah, for Celsius, I think we might still be seeing some, yeah, overall it's still in the range consolidation over here, but a bit of weakness I feel because last week over here, yeah, still finding resistance from this around 30.4 around this area. After retest of this 2580 key support. So I think you might see a revert down again. Could be another test of this support, but possible lower high is like possible lower highs over here, which is like since over here, here, and here. So it might be like a sign of weakness. So I think, yeah, there might be a breakdown like you have 2570 support over here if it like in the future, like, if it cannot hold. Yeah, then next support levels will be around like 20, 24 around here. Yeah, that will be like the next possible support. Okay, then how is Lum Research? Like for Lum Research, I think it's still generally a range consolidation. The support over here, 71, is still holding. A resistance here at 79. Yeah. So last week just tested a resistance again and pulled back. So I think for now it should be still just holding in the range for now, between like 71 to 79. Okay, ASML I touched on just now, so I won't talk about it again. Next one is Palo Alto, Palantir, and Visa. Okay, for Palo Alto, I think some weakness for now with the last week, yeah, last Monday, it tapped on the support again, 178, but then afterwards, there was a breakdown, continuing on the weakness. So I think we might, yeah. Then for now, it's just hanging around this level 173. So I think, yeah, over here, I think we might still see a continuation of the downside to test like the range support previously over here, like 165. Yeah, that's like the next support level down. Then maybe we could see a bounce afterwards. Then for now, resistance is like 177, 178 over here. And this one is Palantir. Okay, for Palantir, I think for now there's like a breakdown of this range over here between like 71 to 80. So last Friday it went to hit another support level around 66 over here. But today there's a breakdown of this level. I think we might see some lower. It might go a bit. It might go lower to test like this support region in the past between like 59 to 61 area over here. Yeah, so it was consolidating over here, then went upward. So come back down. I think this should be a support level next Palantir again that it might test. The next one is Visa. Okay, for Visa, I think it's range bound, but yeah, another test of the support over here at 307. Yeah, so I think a bit of a weakness over here where like over here we see higher highs, but recently over here since 18 December this we have been seeing a bit of lower highs taking place. So a bit of weakness. I think over here if can't hold 307, we might see it test like 302 next as a next support level. Yeah, then previously there's also a range resistance over here back at around 292. And then some short-term resistance over here for now around 312, yeah, for Visa. So I think overall still in the range, but if it does break down this support level, we might be looking at a bit further pullback. Okay, then some of the next counters are all LC and QTW. So all is all state. If all state, I think there could be like a breakdown over here because it's a multiple test. This key level is around like 181, which has tested like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Friday there was a sell down on high volume as well. So I think if we reach this support level, we might be seeing it come lower towards like next level is around 174, around 774, 175 each around there. There's also a gap around here as well. Then next support level downwards will be close to 167, 168. So I think we might still see a weakness. Some weakness for now if it does break down this key support level recently over here. Yeah. The next one is LC, which is Lending Club. Okay, for Lending Club, I think over here it looks like a possible change in the structure because over here it was an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. Then it started to do a range consolidation. Then on Friday, it looks like there's a breakdown of this support around 15.4. So I think we could see like a further pullback in the short term to test this support over here, right? 13.7, then before it does a bounce. Yeah. Okay, next one is QTWO. So QTWO is the Q2 holdings. So Q2 holdings, I think there's also weakness. Yeah, over here you can see a reversal since the breakdown 104, then also breakdown 100, sorry, breakdown 99, this range consolidation over here, and also Friday broke below this 95 level. So I think with that, quite a strong momentum selling for now, high volume and large bearish bar over here. I think we could see it test like try to close out this gap as well. Maybe you could see it test at 86 next before some support could come in. Yeah, 86. Then next one is next support level around 83.50. Okay, next question is on Teva. So for Teva, Okay, for Teva, I think for now it looks like some weakness for now because price was trading upwards. Then there was a dip, but lower high. Then came back to test this support again at 20.9. So if this must hold, then you might do a range consolidation. But if it doesn't, I think we could see some further pullback to test. Like next one is at $20 possible support level again for Teva. Yeah, then for Fortinet, yeah, for Fortinet, I think looks like a range consolidation. Looks like a range consolidation for now. So resistance holding at around 100. Another test of support over here at this is at 93. So yeah, it might just continue to be a range consolidation for now still. Unless like 93 is being breached over here, then it might test like next one is like closer to like 89 over here. Yeah, but for now just a range consolidation. Then next is Twilio. Yeah, for Twilio, I think also still range consolidation. Just yeah, still since the rally over here then starting then move into a sideways formation. Still resistance above 114 and support is at around this 104. Yeah, so just still trading sideways for now, I feel. Next one is Melco. Okay, for Melco Resorts, I think still looks like some weakness because last week over here still finding resistance from this previous support breakdown. So over here, this was like 5.9, and this area over here again still finding resistance still, and then we're seeing a lower low breakdown of like 5.5. So I think still might still continue the current pullback to test like some levels like closer to maybe like five over here will be the previous range consolidation support. Yeah, so I think you might still see some pullback. Okay, next one. Okay, I think yeah, there's still quite a bit of questions. I try to go through some of the counters that I think okay that there's I see quite a number of repeats. So okay, I think quite a lot of people asking for Dell, so I talk about it. So for Dell, let me just see. Okay, Dell is quite choppy. I think overall it looks like a range to me. So I think the range is generally from like this swing low 111 to this resistance around 126. Then looking at last week's price action, consolidation, okay, quite nice when breakout, but was unable to hold it over here. So very quickly reversed down. So I don't like this kind of price action. Afterwards, yeah, I think I will expect price to actually retest this support over here again. But maybe probably resistance will be a lower high for now, maybe like around 116 over there. Yeah, so could just consolidate for a while, but I would expect lower high bounds to come. Yeah, given this kind of price action over here. Yeah, the next lower support down would be like 102, 103 for Dell, below 110. Okay, let me see whether I can answer more questions. I think I will answer some of the questions asking me on MA and fear and greed. So for MA, I think yeah, there's a question. Your MA is based on 20, 50, 100, 200 days. Okay, personally for me, what I have on my chart is, but I look at a very short term one for 5 day, 5, 10, 20. But I think I would suggest if you are looking to buy or sell on more of a long term basis, then you can consider 50, 100, 200. Yeah, so that's what I think. Then there's a question, do I go through fear and greed chart? Yeah, actually I do look at it sometimes, but I wouldn't take it just wholesale lah. Like it just hit a certain level, then I just make any decision based on it. So currently, yeah, if you look at fear and greed, it's currently 27 fear. But what I noticed about fear and greed is like it's quite good if you are looking for like a dollar cost averaging, so if you're the kind of person that buys a bit every month on a fixed timeline, then I think if you see whenever it comes to fear or extreme fear area, then it'll be quite good to look at it to actually time your entries if you have a very long term view. But for me, what I noticed, because the US market is generally in the bull market, right? Whenever it comes to greed, doesn't mean like it comes to like 60 plus or 70 plus means the market will top. Doesn't necessarily mean that. So I think I look at it in the past, it's quite inaccurate when I look at the top. But at the bottom, especially when it is below like 25, which is like extreme fear, then I think it's quite useful to mark a bottom. Lah. For now, it looks like a sideways for now. So I think if it does break down, then we might see a bit more fear. Then yeah, but over here, if you have a bit of a longer term view, then you might look at some of the things that you're interested in and hold a long term view. Then maybe it can rebound afterwards. And there's also a few other indicators downwards, lah, which I think you can look in your free time as well. So that's fear and greed. I do look at it. Yeah, but I wouldn't see like a certain value means like it's a market bottom or something. I just look at it as a like a rough gauge. Yeah, I think it's about 9:15. I think there's a few questions I still haven't had the time to go through, but feel free to post in the Poem Tree or the Poem Tree TA community. Then I'll take it over there. So I'll just stop sharing my screen for now. Yeah, let me just I'll share the survey link as well as the link to join the community group. Just give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, so I dropped the survey link in the chat. So I think if you have any feedback about today's session or how you can improve your experience next time, then you can feel free to fill it up. Also, feel free to join the P3 community or TA. If you haven't, you can download using the link below. I'll post like TA content over there time to time. And also, we have a Telegram group. At Poems TA, you can drop any questions over there. I'll reply when I see it as well. Like if you are new to today's webinar, yeah. So we welcome everyone to just you can leave any questions or comments over there. So yeah, so I think that's all for today's session. Thank you for everyone for joining and leaving your very good questions and the Q&A. And sorry, unable to take all the questions in view of time, but I do look forward to all of you to speak to you all again next week in next Monday's session. So just wish everyone a very safe trading week ahead and hope good luck and just look out for some of the events that's going to be taking place and also the earnings coming out soon, start of earnings season as well. Yeah, so have a good night, everyone, and safe trading. I see you all again next week. Bye bye. Thank you.